Jai Hind, dear all students. I am here to discuss the very important topic of the cloud computing that belong to the unit 5. Subject code is the KCS 713 and this subject is running in the 4th year 7th semester of the AKTU. So, we know that the cloud computing today is the very hot topic and hot subject where everyone want to work, because everything nowadays, all the applications, all the software, all the resources of the computing resources, you can say, that are available on the cloud. So that is very beneficial for the consumer, customer, developer, means all the community of the computing world. This cloud computing basically this provide the resources on the web, all the computing resources on the web, and this provide a large number of advantages over the traditional IT practices. So these if we broadly categorize these advantages of these applications, all the software that are provided on the cloud, so we can categorize their advantages like this. Resource pooling. Okay, the resource pooling is the very important and very beneficial advantage over the traditional IT practices. Okay, because in traditional IT practice, if you want to develop a lab, then we should require the land, we should require the infrastructure, then the computing resources, and if we develop the lab, then after development, this is not necessary that there is 100% utilization of that lab. Okay, that means that resources will be logged in. Okay, other person cannot use that resources. You invest your money, land, effort, time, everything, but still 100% of utilization is cannot be ensured. So, but here if we are talking about the cloud computing applications, then we can invest once and we can provide these services to every needed person. Okay, that means location is one, data center is one, where all the resources are managed, but that can be provided to everyone. Multi-tenant model is there. Okay, so this is the beauty of this cloud computing resources, and these Google App Engines and OpenStack, all the applications that are provided are the services that are provided by the cloud. If we talk about the other advantages of this, then we can say that there is the elasticity of the computing. What does it mean, the elasticity? Resource pooling, then elasticity. Elasticity is a very important parameter. Sometimes we say the elastic computing means cloud provide the elastic computing. Elastic means at the nature of rubber, that there is the elasticity, no? That means we can grow, we can stretch as per our need, and we can shrink it. Okay, so similarly here, if I am the consumer of the cloud computing resources, then as our need is increased time to time, so we need not to go to some other platform. The same vendor of the cloud vendor where we are associated, I am associated, so we can within second we can increase our services. That means if we are taking the virtual machines, so we can enhance the capacity of the virtual machine. If we are taking about the memory, we can increase the size of memory. So this is known as the elasticity. That means we can grow, and as we feel that there is no further use of this particular resource, so we can release, we can just we can release that without much formalities. So, this is known the elasticity. Okay. Rapid provisioning, this is the other beautiful parameter of this particular applications. Rapid provisioning means within second, very fast, the resources can be provisioned by the developer for you. That means as per your need, as per your trends, the new package or the package of the resources that are well suited for you can be created very rapidly, and that can be assigned to you. So, these are the some very basic parameter and the advantage of this cloud computing Google App Engine or some other like OpenStack. So, this Google App Engine is actually if we talk about the resources, computing resources that are available on the cloud. So, that can be broadly categorized into three categories, as we know, very important and very familiar to each person, like SaaS, software as a service, platform as a service, and third one is the infrastructure as a service. So, these resources can be categorized into three parts. Okay. First part is the applications. Just we say that apps. So, applications, that is the software as a service. That means different kind of applications that help the consumer for a particular task, to provide a particular task, to complete a particular task, that are the applications. Okay. So, all kind of different applications can be provided as a service, as a web service on the web, on the cloud, that is the software as a service. And other is the platform as a service. Okay. A software as a service, like we are using Gmail services, this is the software as a service. We are using the for conducting the online meeting. Okay. So, Google Meet, this is also a software as a service. So, number of application may be. Okay. Other is the platform as a service. Platform means you can say that you provide a runtime environment. Okay. This is the runtime environment that can be provided to the consumer, in which consumer can write, can develop new applications, and that can be installed and hosted on the cloud. So, all the necessary resources that are required to develop a new applications, to deploy on the cloud, to host for a particular consumer, that is provided by the platform as a service. So, other is the infrastructure. Okay, the three kind. First one, this SaaS, and other type is the PaaS, and the third one is the IaaS, that means infrastructure as a service. So, this Google App Engine is the platform as a service. Platform means that provide the platform, runtime environment to the consumer, so that new application can be write, can be host, can be debug, can be deployed for the particular consumer. So, SaaS, PaaS, and infrastructure. Other is the infrastructure as a service. That means hardware kind of resources, like if you want to storage, you want some networking capabilities, you want some computing power, computing machine, all these are provided by the this infrastructure as a service, like memory, computing, like virtual machine, networking capabilities, all these come in this category. So, basically this Google App Engine belong to the PaaS, platform as a service. So, this is the platform as a service. Okay. Google App Engine, that is the product that is provided by the Google. What are the scope? Let us see. Platform as a service, and what is Google App Engine? Then we see here the overview, programming language support. What are the programming language support by this particular package? Data storage, what are the options for the data storage? Because this is the this provide the runtime environment where you can develop some application. That means you need some memory, you need computing power, you need some programming support, so that editor, where we can write the code for the applications, app engine services, and the security. Okay. when to use Google App Engine and how to use Google App Engine. So these are the basic, layout of this presentation. Platform as a service. So cloud computing service which provide a computing platform and a solution stack as a service is known as the platform as a service. As the name suggests, platform means there is some platform where we can stand and we can write, we can develop some new applications. So that is basically runtime environment. So consumer create the software using tools and or libraries from the provider. That means provider provide software tools and the libraries. Software tools for what purpose? For programming capabilities. For programming capabilities. Programming capabilities. For programming capabilities. For database. Okay. Debugging tool, testing tool, testing tools. So all these are the software tools that is provided by the vendor, by the Google in the Google App Engine. And libraries. What are the libraries? So libraries are the well defined, well written, advanced written the code, that support particular applications, particular application, particular functions that you are going to use in your applications. Okay, the number of libraries are there. So if this provides some Java capabilities, so certainly there should be number of libraries that support that support some particular functions, particular modules used in Java. Similarly, if there is a Python programming capabilities, so there is some number of libraries like NumPy, Panda. Okay, so a number of OpenCV. So these are the libraries and software tools that are provided by the platform as a service. And provider provide the networks, server, storage, etc. For what purpose? For writing the code and for hosting that particular application on the web. And for what purpose? For deployment of that particular application for the user. Okay. So these are the facilities that are provided by this particular platform as a service. So what is the Google App Engine? Okay. What is the Google App Engine? So Google App Engine, in short, that is known as the GAE, is a platform as a service, cloud computing platform for developing and hosting web applications in Google managed data center. Okay. So the data center where Google works, the data center of the Google, Google data center, these are the facilities that are providing for writing the new application, for hosting that web applications for the user, for the consumer. Google App Engine lets you run web application on Google infrastructure. What are the beauty of this Google App Engine? This is the easy to build, okay, easy to maintain, easy to scale as the traffic and storage needs grow. This is the beauty that is known as the rapid scaling, elasticity. Okay, you can grow as your need increases. So is it free? So yes, free for up to 1 GB of storage and enough CPU and bandwidth to support 5 million pages, page view per month, and 10 applications per Google account. So what are the programming language support? That are the very important. What are the programming language support in the Google App Engine in the GAE. So first one is the Java. So this particular GAE provide the Java support. That means the App Engine run Java application on Java 7 virtual machine and currently support Java 6 as well. This uses Java Servlet standard for the web applications. So like var, web application archive and directory structure, servlet classes are provided, Java server pages, JSP facilities there, static and data files. Okay, all these are the supports that are provided in the Java by the Google App Engine. Deployment descriptor, web.xml and other configuration file that are needed. So first one is the Java support is there. Okay, Java support as language is there in the Google App Engine. And other programming language support is the Python. That means Python capabilities can also be used here in the Google App Engine. That means if you are familiar with Python, then you can write the applications, you can write the program in the Python by using this Google App Engine. Okay, and you can host, you can deploy for the user. That uses the WSGI Web Server Gateway Interface standard. Python applications can be written using Web App 2 framework, Django framework, or any Python code that uses the CGI Common Gateway Interface standard can be used here for the writing the code for a particular applications. Other is the PHP language support is also there. So local development server are available to any for developing and testing local applications. Only whitelisted applications can be deployed on the Google App Engine, and these application can be seen from these websites. And other is the Google's Go, and this is particularly this support is of Google, okay, itself. So Go is an Google open source programming environment, and G for Google and O for open source programming environment. This is known as the Google Go. So tightly coupled with Google App Engine. So this is written for the itself Google App Engine. Okay, that is very compatible with the Google App Engine. Applications can be written using App Engine and using the SDK. So you can start from this website if you want to use the Google Go facilities. App Engine data store. So we have seen that what are the programming support for the Google App Engine, that is the Java, PHP, Python, Google Go itself, that is written for the Google App Engine itself by the Google, and other is the data store. What are the data store? Okay, because if you want to write the application, there is certainly you have to use some data. You want to maintain some data structure, some storage for that data is required. So App Engine data store is there. Okay, that means this is the Google App Engine data store, and this is basically NoSQL schema, less object based data storage. So basically this is the NoSQL. Okay, NoSQL means there is the no schema. That means where the structure is not well defined. Okay, like if we talk about the big data, so there is no particular schema. Okay, there is a number of different kind of data may be there. Some video file is there, some audio file is there, some table is there, some textual file is there. Okay, so there is the variation in the structure of data. For that, NoSQL is the better option. So this NoSQL is also provided by this. That means if the data is big data kind of things, then you can also manage this very efficiently here by using the App Engine data store. Data object is called entity that has a kind that like table name, and set of property like column entries. So Java, JDO, JPA interfaces and Python data store interfaces are available here in this App Engine data store by the Google App Engine. Other is the Google's Cloud SQL. So this is the SQL, provide a relational SQL. If you want to that your data is the relational database, all are related to each other, there is the well defined schema, like SQL. So this facility can be used. This provide a relational SQL, and this is similar to the MySQL, relational database management system, RDBMS. Other facility of data store is the Google Cloud Store. Okay. So this is the RESTful services for the storing and querying the data. Means this provides a RESTful API. This is the fast, scalable and highly available solution. This provides the multiple layers of redundancies. All data is replicated to multiple data centers that provide different level of access control. HTTP based API is basically there. Okay, so that is a well advanced option for the data storage, that is the rest, that uses the RESTful API that have the large number of benefits, like that is a fast, scalable, highly available solution is there, HTTP based API is there, and that provide the access control itself to provide the security feature and the authentication feature in the applications. App Engine services. What are the App Engine services? So App Engine also provide a variety of services to perform common operation when managing your application, like URL fetch, mail, memcache. What are the URL fetch? This facilitate the application's access to resources on the internet, such as web service or data. Mail facilitate the applications to send or receive the mail using the Google infrastructure. Memcache, that high performance in memory key value storage. Okay, associated memory kind of things. Okay, key value, that is the very fast memory structure and can be used to store temporary data, and which does not need to be persisted. For the temporary data, for the fast data storage and temporary data storage, that can be used. For the security, this uses the sandbox technique. Sandbox is a very popular technique for the providing the security of the application or application securities. All hosted applications run in a secure environment that provide limited access to the underlying operating system. Okay, this is the beauty of sandbox. All the applications run in isolation, in isolated and are in the mode which have the very limited access to the underlying operating system. Okay, because if we because the attacker want to penetrate the operating system files. Okay, so that cannot be if you are using the sandbox technique. Sandbox isolate the applications in its own secure, reliable environment that is independent of hardware, operating system and physical location of the web server. This is the beauty. This provide the isolation for the application, means application cannot access the hardware, cannot directly access the operating system. So this is the beauty of this sandbox. And limited imposed by the sandbox is an applications can only access other computer over internet using the provided URL fetch and email services. Application cannot write the local file system. Application code run only in response to web request, and a queue stack or a scheduled task and must return the response data within 60 seconds. And when to use Google App Engine? So these are the reason when you can use. You don't want to get trouble for setting up a server. Okay, if you need not to, if you don't have the facility for establishing the server, because that require much effort, time, money, resources, and as well as the human resources, skilled resources. So if you don't need to bother about that, you can go for the Google App Engine. You want instant for free nearly infinite scalability support, then you go for this one. Okay, your application's traffic is spiky and rather unpredictable. So if you uses the, if you are working in the area or in the domain where the data traffic is very unpredictable, there the spike in the means volume of data, and there is a very low speed of the data, that means there is no particular predictability, then you can use this one. You don't feel like taking care of your own server and monitoring, then you can go for that. You need pricing that fit your actual usage. Okay, because here pay per use facility is there. That is the beauty of this cloud computing, pay per use. So how much you are using, only you have to pay for that much amount of particular time or the resources. You are able to chunk long tasks into 60-second pieces. Okay, and you are able to work without direct access to the local file system. So these are the number of reason, a number of cause due to which people preferring this particular Google App Engine over the traditional IT practice, like installing its own server, its own lab setup for this purpose. That is very costly, and there is a hectic to manage all that servers, because you need certain amount of time, money, as well as the human resources, skilled power, and there should be the consistent maintenance of that particular lab or the servers. Business running on the Google App Engine. So this use the App Engine to host their MyLowe's services. The number of vendor are there, a number of companies are there that are using this Google App Engine for their particular development of the new web services or new applications, for the hosting that for the consumer, for the deployment of the services in the new particular server. So okay, these are the basically about the Google App Engine we have studied here. So thank you. We will meet in the next lecture with the OpenStack, that is also a infrastructure as a service that provide the infrastructure, different kind of infrastructure over the web, over the cloud. Okay, thank you all.